Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday. It is January the 18th, and trust that you're having a good start to your day, that you had a great day yesterday. So here we are on this Tuesday. We are more than halfway through January, coming up on the close of it here in just a few days, and it's hard to believe we're already getting through February or getting through January here, entering into February. Man, time just seems to fly. It goes by so fast. We're in Proverbs chapter 12, and if you would look with me at verse number 23, that's where we will begin today. Proverbs chapter 12 and verse number 23. The Bible tells us a prudent man concealeth knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaimeth foolishness. And just as we, by way of getting into the scriptures today, I hope your desire is to be a prudent individual. What the scriptures are telling us here, what a prudent man concealeth knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaimeth foolishness. Um, prudent, a prudent individual does not utter all of his mind, even though he may know and understand and be able to solve the problems. Does not mean that that's the right time to speak and to impart that knowledge. And so we're talking about really having wisdom in regards to when to speak, when to share knowledge and information. You look at verse 23, but the heart of fools proclaimeth foolishness. And so what we're talking about here is really thinking before we speak. And then sometimes before we speak, it's required of us, and it's important for us to just step back and to listen. And that's what the prudent man does. Just because he knows the answer, just because he knows the situation, the problem, all that doesn't mean that it's time for him to give that knowledge, to give that understanding. So we got to use wisdom of when to impart knowledge, when to speak, and so on. And so be a prudent individual. The foolish, he uttereth all his mind, he uttereth it whenever he wants, and it's not always prudent. Verse over 24, the Bible says, the hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute. And the encouragement here for individuals, for all of us, to be diligent in what God has called us to do, to be diligent in our places of work, to be diligent at home as well, husbands and wives, and whatever your roles may be, to be diligent there into what to whatever your role might be diligent in that. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule. And so we see those that would be diligent, that would be hard workers, and would be trustworthy. They would be the individuals that would be the ones that eventually are in charge, and those that are ruling. Whereas, the slothful, the lazy, what happens to them? They don't accomplish their tasks. They are not hard workers. And so typically, unless there's some shady things going on, typically those individuals aren't ones that would work their way up the ladder and so on. So be diligent in your work, be prudent in your speech. And then verse number 25, heaviness in the heart of man maketh it stoop, but a good word maketh it glad. And think about in life, in just life situations, when life is difficult, when life is hard, when your interpersonal relationships are strained, and maybe when there's issues at work, you know what? It causes your heart to stoop, and it just makes a couple descriptors that, man, it makes the days longer. It places like a cloud over the workplace, over the relationship, over the home. And man, it's just hard sometimes. It's difficult sometimes when there are those issues with people or things and so on. And then it says, but a good word maketh it glad. And be an individual that brings gladness to a situation. Be an individual that uplifts others. Don't be one the Debbie Downers, the negative Nancys, whatever you might want to call them. Don't be the ones that bring the cloud and bring the rain to situations, but rather bring the sunshine and the gladness. We know that heartache, man, it causes our heart to sink.